When you think about companies with healthy sales like Aloe, Gymshark, maybe even Magic Spoon, or one of my favorites to think of is Skims, sure, you definitely think about the great products that they offer. You also think about maybe their attractive brands and marketing that all lifts a heavy load. But often an overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business making, selling, and for shoppers buying really simple. And for millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. And nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret Shop Pay, which boosts conversions up to 50%. So upgrade your business at the same checkout as Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/manifest, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/manifest to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/manifest. Mom.
Hi, Tor.
Welcome to Manifest.
I know this is a whole new adventure for us.
Kind of.
Right, kind of.
Same thing,
Different
but
day.
on this show.
Right.
Okay, so for those who don't watch or listen to our weekly podcast,
Right.
Let Me Call My Mom.
Right.
That was a weekly podcast that
Right.
my mom and I did together. I learned that doing 2 weekly podcasts was a lot.
It is a lot for you. More for you, of course.
Yes. And I couldn't keep up with it.
Right. Plus all of your other activities. You have
Right.
a lot of other stuff going on too.
Right. But people really loved it. So we are bringing Let Me Call My Mom to my podcast, Manifest.
Right.
The first Monday of the month.
Perfect.
So every first Monday of the month will be me and my mom
Right.
just shooting the shit.
That's right. As if it's a phone call.
As if it's a phone call, because that's what we do best.
That's the concept. Yeah.
This
Let me call
and
my
Yap.
mom.
Have
Yep.
you heard that?
No.
This and Yap.
No. But it makes sense.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So welcome, Mom.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
Thanks. Happy to have you. So you just got back from a big trip.
Well, sort of. Yeah. I was in Idaho for a week visiting my mom and my daughter, your sister, Maddie.
Yes.
And I saw my brother. He also lives out there. Like, we're the only ones left in Pennsylvania now, which is
so
odd.
strange.
Right.
Because we're
Everybody-
all from here.
Everybody came from here, and now they're all out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was out visiting family in Idaho for a week. It was good. It was great to see everybody. Always happy to be home, though. I missed Frankie.
Frankie was supposed to be here today, but you left him at home with Dad.
I did leave him at home. Daddy was going to go golfing, and then he decided not to. So,
Why didn't he?
I don't know. He was working, and then he's going to play shuffleboard at 5:30, though. He still has his Wednesday
things.
men's day.
His things.
Yeah.
Frankie has an update.
Yeah, Frankie does have an update.
He's lighter.
A couple ounces. Yeah, he got neutered. He got snipped earlier this month, I guess about 3 weeks ago. I felt so bad for him when he came home and the cone on his head. Oh, the poor little dude. But he's fine now.
Well, I was worried that he would be less spunky.
Oh, he's completely still
He's spunky.
Oh, yeah, he's fine.
He's so fine.
Yeah,
He's so cute.
he's the best. I missed him so much. It was so good to see
Really?
him.
Was he so excited to see you?
He was. Daddy brought him to the airport yesterday to pick me up.
Aww.
So he was in the car.
Isn't it the best when he just like spins and then curls up into a little donut?
Yeah.
And he really does. Like, have you seen how golden retrievers get?
Yes.
That's what he does.
Yeah. Oh, he totally does.
He like wiggles his whole body. He has to chew a toy.
Yeah,
like
he
he's
has to have a toy in his mouth.
Excited.
Yeah.
We've never had a dog with that kind of reaction.
No.
Sadie would pee.
Yeah, Sadie would pee. Ben and Jerry didn't really care when someone came in the
Ben
room.
never cared.
No.
Jerry was annoying.
Yeah.
And Ringo was afraid.
And Wingo was afraid. He would just bark and hide behind the couch.
Yeah, Frankie's been so fun. He just like loves us so much.
Yeah. He's having a blast.
He just loves life.
Yeah. So Frankie's good.
Frankie's good. You just got a haircut. It looks amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. And you and I have had really fun things going on. Well, first of all, your birthday's on Saturday.
I do have a birthday coming up.
And when you guys are listening to this on Monday, it would have already passed.
Yep.
So happy birthday, Karen.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What are we doing for your birthday?
Daddy and I are going out to dinner on Saturday
Oh, I see. I wasn't invited.
with the dryers. Would you like to come with Joe and Ann and Daddy and me?
Well, Anne, I know you're listening. I love you, Anne.
You love Joe too.
Yeah, and I love Joe, but like I know Anne.
Right.
I know Anne's listening, so I'm only
course.
talking to Anne, not
She's gonna love that.
Joe's not listening.
She's
so
gonna
I'm
love
not
her.
listening.
Love the
I'm
shout
not
out.
talking to Joe, but Anne, I love you, but I don't think I'll crash your dinner.
That's fine.
You guys can have fun.
And Chris's birthday is on Friday, so
Happy
they
birthday,
have a
Chris.
busy weekend of birthday
November
dinners.
1st?
He's November 1st,
That would have been cool if it was Halloween.
and I'm November 2nd. Yeah.
Halloween.
What?
What are you doing?
Not a thing.
No kids come around?
Hardly ever. No, we don't have. I mean, there are kids in our neighborhood, but we're all the way down at the end of the neighborhood. Nobody comes down our end. And usually we just go to a friend's house. I'll leave a bowl of candy outside. It's empty by the time I get back. And that's that.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Always Reese's. Anything with peanut butter.
You know, we say Reese's wrong.
Do we?
Wait, no, you say it right. I say it wrong. You say Reese's. I say Reese's.
Oh, yeah, Reese's. Okay.
Reese's.
Where'd you get that?
It's a Philly thing.
Oh, okay.
And then when you say Reese's,
Reese's Pieces.
you say Pieces. I say Pieces. Reese's Pieces.
Well,
I don't
that makes
say
sense. Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, you
I
would
say
say
Reese's
Reese's
Pieces.
Pieces.
Which is what it is.
I can't
right?
keep saying pieces. It doesn't sound right.
Oh, that's
My
funny.
favorite, I also love Reese's. I also love Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers are good. It's a good combination.
It
But again,
really
it's the
is.
peanut and the chocolate.
Yeah.
Like that's my go-to flavor. You know, there was another one. I think it's a Take 5.
Yeah,
Did you
they
ever
don't
have those?
Yeah, they don't really come around these
No,
days.
they're hard to find, but it I don't even remember what all's in it, but I know there's pretzel and there's caramel and there's chocolate. Yeah, that's a really good one too. I think there's 5 things in it, which is why it's called Take 5, but
We should make our own Take 5s.
okay, we got to figure out what the base of it is. Is it like a cookie thing, like a Twix?
No, I think it's pretzel.
Is the base?
Let me look it up.
I forget, but I love the crunch and the salty of the pretzel.
Take 5 candy. Let's see. Oh my God, there's a Reese's Take 5.
Oh.
People are saying they're discontinued.
Oh, no. No wonder they never come around.
And if you're a Take 5 fan, have no fear that your favorite candy bar has been discontinued or changed on the inside. It's just traded in its Dour, D-O-U-R.
Okay.
Did I say that word right?
Yeah.
Duds for a new Reese's Orange wardrobe. So they bought them.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it's still delicious. It looks like obviously chocolate, pretzel, caramel, peanuts, and I think peanut butter's in it.
Okay. Well, all of that works for me.
Same.
Yeah. And I mean, I like the gummy candies too. Like I
Me
like
too.
Starbursts and gummy things. I like all those too.
Me too.
The only thing I won't eat is coconut. Nothing with coconut.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really had Almond Joys because we grew up in we can't have coconut in this house.
You can have them whenever you want. I'm not buying
No,
them.
every time there's an Almond Joy, you go, ugh.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I grew up like, ugh.
I apologize.
I've never had one.
It's just, well, feel free to buy one on your own.
I don't think I want one now.
I'm sure it's delicious, but
I don't know.
yeah, couldn't do it. I just can't do coconut.
And we always gave out like the fun size, never the big sized candies.
No, we did big size
We
couple
did?
times. A couple times.
We were that house?
When you were older.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We were that house? Man, YouTube was paying well then.
Yeah, right. No, I think it was when there were definitely fewer kids in the neighborhood for a few years. When you were too old to go trick-or-treating, and then the new influx of kids were too young. They were just littles. You know what I mean? So we definitely didn't have as many kids. And I think those were the years when I would go to Costco and buy the full-size boxes, because otherwise we'd go through 300-400 pieces of candy.
Yeah, there were a lot of
We
kids
had
in the
so
heyday.
many kids
I
in that
remember
neighborhood.
Halloween was an event. Like
Yeah.
it was like people now will go out trick or treating for I feel like an hour. We were out like it felt like 3 hours.
Well, it was always a huge mission for you and your sister to be
Yeah,
like,
we brought pillowcases.
yeah, you're like, we're going to fill this up. We're going to go to the next neighborhood over. We're going to hit every house here and we're going to the next neighborhood. And I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll see you back here.
No,
in
we never
like
made
an
it
hour
out
and
of
a
the
half.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
We never made it out. It was like rare if we even went around the little loop because we were so exhausted.
Right. From the big loop.
From the big loop.
Yeah. Back and forth.
Back and forth.
Well, it was 80.
And we would skip the cul-de-sacs.
Right. Yeah. It was
And we were exhausted.
80 homes. You guys hit a lot of houses.
The Schaefers did always have good candy, though.
Always.
So we always made sure we went there.
Yeah. You'd always hit up your friends' parents, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It was really fun. And now I'm talking to a lot of my friends that have kids. Their kids are in their Halloween costume all the time.
Yeah.
Leading up to Halloween.
Doing it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. We were not allowed to wear our costume on before Halloween. Like it was not allowed.
Well,
the
you had your
only
day at
exception
school.
was the day at school.
Right.
And sometimes we weren't even allowed to do it then.
Well, sometimes you had different costumes. You would do one for
Right.
school and one for
the big
home.
one was for Halloween
Right.
night.
Now, wait, are you saying I didn't allow you to wear it, or
No.
you keep it as a surprise?
We kept it as a surprise.
Right,
It
okay.
was the Met Gala of like,
Yeah.
this is my costume.
That's right. Yeah.
It
I
was
agree.
huge.
Yeah, now kids have trunk or treats all the time, and there's a thing at church, or there's a party here,
And
then
there's tons of parades.
stuff at school and the parades,
And they would all wear they all wear their Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Obviously not just on Halloween night.
right, multiple times.
Multiple times. And I can't decide if I would like that or not because I've always loved what I've been for Halloween. But I think part of why it was so fun was because I only wore it once.
Yeah, and if it's a costume that needs makeup or a wig
Mm-hmm.
or something special, it's like it you kind of ruin the fun of it by doing it more than once.
Yeah. One year I went as a bag of Skittles.
Yeah, I think we made
We
it
made
out
it.
of a red pillowcase and then painted the
What
label
else
on
was
it.
I? I really
I'd
can't
have to
remember
look back.
much.
You were a cat one year, little black suit with the little ears. That was like
Cute.
preschool.
Aww.
You were a
A
witch.
vampire.
Vampire with the collar.
Yeah, with the
Yep.
collar and the blood. That was fun because I
Yeah.
did wear that one to school.
Yeah, and
Because
you
I
loved
had,
it.
yeah, I did love it. It was first grade, and I wore like the fangs, and I
Yep.
put the fake blood, and that was fun because I was like, well, it's makeup, so I have to wear it all day.
Yeah.
So you let me wear it to school
You kind of
and trick or
slicked
treating.
your hair back for that.
Yeah. Oh, and before we would go trick or treating, we would have to go see Nana.
In your costumes. Yeah, to go trick or treat at her house.
I hated that because like I just wanted to go home and trick or treat.
Yeah.
But Dad was like, "Come on, you gotta go see Nana."
Right.
So we always had to go. And Nana had like a candy. We had to go like get the candy and
And then you'd have to sit inside and talk to her
and
and have a
talk to her.
donut.
Yeah. Sorry, Nana. She doesn't remember this.
Well, she's not alive, so
Well,
it's
she also
okay.
had dementia.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there were some years that we went to Grandma and Grandpa's too when they were in Valley Forge.
Yeah.
That was random.
Did we not do that every year? Or sometimes they would come see you?
Well, not always. Like I don't remember seeing them every year,
I
but
don't
I
think it was a
definitely remember
big deal
seeing
for
Nana
them.
every year.
Yeah. They were just like, oh, send us a picture.
Yeah.
They were okay with that.
Yeah. Because then we would trick or treat with obviously Sav and Austin.
Right.
And so we would meet up with them at Nana's and they were always late. So we always had to wait for them. And then by the time we were driving back, I saw all the kids walking around the neighborhood. I'm like, we have to go.
We're missing
We're
the
missing
candy.
it. Yeah. And Dad would walk with us, right?
Yeah, when you were younger, Daddy would walk with you. And then I guess it was after you were done trick-or-treating was the time when we would shut the lights off and go over to
Yeah.
a friend's driveway, and a bunch of neighbors would go there. So there was a table out front with like eight bowls of candy on it.
Yeah. That
And
was
they had out of a
after
fire
my
pit
time.
and stuff. That was fun. That's the sort of thing I like to do on Halloween.
Yeah.
Just hang in the driveway
Yeah. Yeah. That was after my time.
with friends.
What else was I?
Do you think you're going to get any trick-or-treaters here in your building?
Well, I won't be here. So
Okay. Are you going to a party or anything?
no.
You're just not answering your door.
Well, no, I'm just going to Jess's to trick or treat with Liv.
Okay. Oh, cute. Are
Yeah.
you dressing up?
Yes, I'm being a jar of salsa.
Perfect. Hey, who was the chicken?
Oh, Lindy.
That was hilarious.
Isn't
I
that
showed
funny?
Maddie that on the security
Yeah,
camera
what'd you
footage.
think?
Oh my gosh, I showed Maddie that. She's like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever seen. That was hilarious. She
It was really
actually
funny.
boxed in a chicken
Yeah,
suit.
she did.
Love that.
Yeah, yeah. She was a good sport about it too. It was good. We saw some good ones. There was Mormon wives of that, like that one was good. She had like a Chick-fil-A cup and she wrote swig over top of it.
Oh, that's
that
funny.
was pretty good. Yeah, there were good costumes that night.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah, and Liv's being Wednesday.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. So anyway, Halloween's always been fun. I like really can't remember what else I was other years, but I do remember when Halloween would eventually get to us. Mm-hmm. I just remember being so tired as a kid answering, "What are you being for Halloween?"
Oh,
because when you see a kid,
right,
you think, "What are you being for Halloween?" It's a great question,
right?
But
if you're asked it,
I'm working full time answering this question. Like by the time Halloween came around, I was excited to not say what I was anymore.
Yeah. Well, and my birthday being 2 days after Halloween.
Oh yeah, you always had Halloween.
We always had Halloween birthday parties. So every birthday party I had growing up until I was 11, 12, whatever, was people in costume. Like I never had just a normal party, which is fine, but it was always around Halloween.
What were you?
Oh, I was a whole bunch of things.
Tell us some.
I was a skunk one year. I'm sure I was a cat. I was Charlie Chaplin once.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, I think I saw that picture.
Yeah, I think you have. Like I had to paint my face and I had the little bowler hat on and a suit.
Yeah,
and
the mustache, right? Yeah.
God, I forget what else I was.
Well, that's still fun.
Yeah, I remember my brother's. He made himself a robot out of like cardboard boxes.
Oh, that's
spray
cool.
painted him silver, and then he had like dryer vent tubing for his arms and attached it to the box.
Oh, that's so creative.
It worked out. That was fun, but you can't sit down.
Well, you got stuff to do on.
Yeah,
you're busy.
You're
trick or treating,
but walking around in a box for all day.
I remember like coming back from trick or treating and then watching all the Halloween cartoons. Like SpongeBob would be on, Fairly Odd Parents, or like That's So Raven, or Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Like all the Halloween episodes, and I just would be so sad because I'm like, it's over.
As you sit there eating your candy.
Yeah, but I'd be like, it's over. I'm so sad.
Do you remember the one year that in 2008 when the Phillies won the World Series?
Yeah,
and the parade
was
in
on
Philly
Halloween.
was on Halloween Day.
Yeah.
And it was torture for us to decide, like, do we go to the parade or do we trick or treat? Because there was not going to be no time to do both.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't want us to go to the parade. You're like, no, we're not missing.
Yeah,
trick
I
or
didn't
treating.
want to miss that.
So we didn't go to the parade because you guys were like, this is like the best day of the year to be a kid.
It is awesome.
Okay, so we'll stay.
It is fun.
So we missed the parade.
Yeah. Now I'm just at that weird age where it's like there's something to really do for Halloween.
Yeah. Did you have any parties last weekend or anything?
No.
Like this past weekend was the one I kept seeing
I think
on
people
Instagram
are going to
and
do
stuff.
both.
Okay, I see a lot of them.
Because if you're in college, it's very much so like
right.
you're doing this weekend.
Right.
And like people are doing
both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like,
no parties. That'll pick back up again.
No. And I've also always moved every year on Halloween for the past 3
that's
years.
true.
So it will be nice to not
It's always
move
been
this
right around the
year.
end of October.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Now you're staying put.
No, I'm saying put. Thank goodness. I don't like moving. Okay. We've been busy though because we started new hobbies.
Well, yeah, besides knitting. Well,
no, knitting. We didn't talk about knitting.
We didn't talk about knitting at all?
No, we haven't done episodes since before that.
Oh my gosh. Shame on us.
Well, okay, I'm busy.
It's been a while. No, I know. You're right.
So we started knitting.
We took a knitting class.
Thanks to Anne.
Yes.
Second shout out to neighbor Anne.
Anne got us into knitting because she's tearing through it. She's making sweaters and stuff.
How are you doing?
My thing still isn't very long, I have to say. But your sister is a huge crocheter. Mm-hmm. And as I was out there with her this week, I was sitting there on the couch with my knitting and she's sitting there crocheting. And I got through, 10 rows of my little scarf thing. And in the same time, her crochet was like this big at the same amount of time. I'm like, wait a minute, teach me how to crochet because it just feels so much faster, so
Yeah.
productive. So she taught me how to do it. She started a little square for me. So I brought it home. I didn't do it at all on the plane.
It's a looser stitch, right?
It is a looser
So it
stitch.
goes faster?
It seems to go much faster.
Is the yarn bigger?
If you use bigger yarn and a bigger crochet hook, you can go really fast. And Maddie just flies through it.
I know I called her when I was on my way to get my nails done a few weeks ago, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm crocheting. And then I called her a few hours later. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm crocheting. And then I called her a few days ago. What are you doing? I'm crocheting. That's all she does.
Well, she and I went to Michael's when we were out there and bought some yarn. And she bought these absolutely giant things of yarn. She bought 2 of them. And she started that night. So I'm thinking maybe, when did I even get there? I've lost complete track of days.
You got there on Wednesday.
Okay, so Thursday or Friday we went to Michael's.
Yeah.
Probably Friday. Went to Michael's and she started it that night. And yesterday, when I got home, she sent a picture of her finished blanket. It's a queen size blanket. She did it from Friday to Tuesday. And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah,
Like,
she's quick.
really quick.
Her whole house is going to be crocheted. She can crochet herself a new house.
She could. Little slip covers for her couch or something. She's
That
so
would
quick.
be funny.
So quick.
Did the dogs not rip at her
No,
creations?
no.
Nice.
They don't mind. So anyway.
So yeah, it's been fun.
So yeah, knitting, crocheting, doing some stuff like that. That's kind of fun. But I have to get used to that. Like when I have downtime, I'm used to reading.
Right. Which, give us an update.
Yes, I just finished my 300th book for this year.
Woo! For the year.
For this year, yeah.
I know. I still hear people be like, yeah, I finished my 20th book this year. I'm like, wait till you hear about my mom.
Yeah, I read very fast, obviously. And like on the way home, I read a whole book on the flight on the way home. Finished the
Classic.
whole one. I mean, because why not? What else you got to do on the plane?
Knit. That's what I did on the way to
Crochet.
Miami.
Well, you said that, and it was good for you to keep your mind off of.
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, I also was on drugs, but
Well,
I have anti-anxiety meds.
yes, but prescribed drugs.
I have anti-anxiety meds when I fly. And that really helps a
Yeah.
lot.
It did help. Good. I'm glad.
It's so wild.
What, the feeling of the drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't love it.
I appreciate it because it helps in the moment, but I don't want to become like dependent on it.
Oh, I don't think you would be because it takes you so far out of your.
I don't feel out of it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, I remember when
I
I
have
was,
in the past, but not with these.
But this one it didn't. It just makes you realize it. It just takes the stress away, the anxiety away.
It's like the strangest feeling because like I'll still have like thoughts of anxiety and panic and fear.
But it doesn't worry you.
No, it's so strange.
Yeah. And I was going to liken it to when I was in the hospital having Maddie. I got there too late. I was the only person in my birthing class that wanted the drugs. Like
You gave birth to Maddie without an
yeah,
epidural?
no drugs because it
Shut
was
up, I didn't know
too
that.
late. By the time I got there, the doctor's like, "Oh, it's your first kid. You're going to be here all day." Blah blah blah, and I was like 2 centimeters dilated. And 45 minutes later, I was like, "I'm in so much pain." And the nurse is like, "Well, maybe we can give you something just to take the edge off." So they gave me this drug called Stadol. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that I could still feel the pain, but I just didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Like I felt
strange.
it, but I didn't process it
Yeah.
as pain.
Like the portion of our brain is just like,
yeah. Yeah. So I still knew what was going on, but it just didn't bother me that much.
it's so strange.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yes. Sorry.
knitting helped a lot on my flight.
Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm glad it helped.
A lot.
That's good. Have you done any since you've been home?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you knit while you watch TV? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, but I like to do it more for a show that I don't really care about seeing what's going on. Like I'm
Correct.
watching Tell Me Lies right now.
Right. You
And
want to pay attention.
I want to pay attention. Yeah.
But yeah, like if you're watching the Eagles on a Sunday,
Yeah, you can knit.
knit. Yeah, same. That's what I was doing while the Eagles were on at Maddie's house.
Did they win?
They did win. Big game. They
Go
won.
Birds.
They won decisively this past week, so it was good.
That just reminds me, I had a dream that I was like yelling at someone. I was in an argument and I was kind of just over the argument. I don't even know who this girl was that I was like arguing with. And I just remember in the middle of the argument, I was like, what team do you root for? And they said Eagles. And I was like, Go Birds. And then I walked away and that ended the argument.
I had
Dreams are so weird.
the strangest dream last night, but maybe we should talk about it off camera. It was just so weird.
Oh, do I even want to know?
No, it was nothing gruesome or whatever. Just the most bizarre dream. I just don't understand where the thoughts even came from.
I would love to know where dreams come from.
Yeah, I don't know. Daddy thinks he knows. I don't think he knows. Since he's a psychologist, he's like, oh, well, I took a class. I'm like, oh, one class 40 years ago? You don't know anything about dreams.
Oh, my God. That'd be funny if Dad was like analyzing our dreams.
Ugh.
So you're reading a ton.
Oh, yeah. Still reading a ton.
Any good book recs as of late you want to give us?
I would have to look through my list and see what I've read since I last talked about it. I don't even remember.
Do any just stand out that you have liked recently?
No. Off the top of my head, no. Well, no, that's not true. I know there have been a couple, but I just don't remember when, if it was before we last talked or not. Like I'm trying to think since Whisper.
I could help you.
Let me look real quick.
Okay. Well, while you pull it up, I'll tell everyone about my spider.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or
go
should I
with
say
the spider.
spiders? So
Oh,
a
my
few
goodness.
weeks ago,
Drama.
yeah, a few weeks ago, I was getting in the shower early in the morning, and all of a sudden, in front of my face, the biggest spider, I'm not even exaggerating, and like I wish I was, the biggest spider I've ever seen in my life drops in front of my face. And then it hits the floor, and I'm like, oh my God. And the spider, I think, was as scared as I was, looked pregnant. Like it just was huge, had a huge white belly. It was like, I can't even emphasize, ginormous. And so because of that, it was still on the ground, but I didn't want to smack it with a shoe because if it was pregnant, all these little baby spiders would go everywhere, and that would be worse than this giant spider. So I grabbed like the heaviest jar that I have and I trapped the spider. My mom and dad are down at the shore, so they cannot help me whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm freaking out. You gave me advice of like,
well, you trapped it under a jar, which was a smart move. And my only advice then was you slide a piece of paper.
Yeah, no, I was not
under the
touch
jar
this thing.
and like, then pick it up and just dump it in your
Oh,
toilet.
I can't even like, it was huge. Like I can't even like emphasize how big it was. Like it was so big that I was afraid it would knock the jar over. Like that's how big this spider was.
Right.
It
So
was
then I
huge.
said, put a book on top of the jar.
So I put Akatar on top of it and a candle.
Yeah. So you're like, it's not moving. Yeah.
So I called Eric, which is Jess's husband. Jess is my co-owner. And Eric, big guy, 6'10", could definitely take out the spider. So called him and he was like, I can come do it later this morning because Liv had cheer practice, which is their daughter. Liv had cheer and whatever. So I was like, okay, great. So I just had to leave my apartment with this spider in it and just hope to God when I got back,
it didn't escape.
it was still in there.
Yeah.
Because
It wasn't getting out of there.
I was like afraid. I did deleg it by accident when I
know.
trapped it.
Yeah. You put it. Well, you killed him anyway. Don't feel bad
No,
about
I didn't kill it.
Well, Eric killed it.
Well, Eric flushed it.
Yeah. It's dead.
Okay, I know, but like by the time it was flushed,
You had
it was
already
still
ripped
alive.
a leg off. Yeah.
But it was alive.
Yeah.
But a leg accidentally came off.
That's okay.
Well, I don't know, animal activists might be coming after us.
Well, you killed it anyway, but
I didn't. Eric did. Anyway, so Eric came over, flushed the spider, and then he even said, he's like, that was a really big spider. And I was like, thank you. So then he like looked around all the vents because I was certain it came from a vent because I saw the web that it like came down. It was from my vent, my bathroom. So I was like, I know.
Not like a heating vent. It's one of those exhaust vents that goes out from your bathroom.
Yeah, like when you put the fan on in your bathroom. It was one of those. So he checked the other one in my other bathroom, and then also like the HVAC vents and whatever, everything. Nothing was coming out of them. Okay, great, whatever. But then every single time I went in my bathroom after that, I looked up to make sure there was no spider coming down.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Traumatic response.
Well, on Sunday, and people are going to love this. If people normally listen to Let Me Call My Mom, they know that like my dad does some crazy shit. So on Sunday, it was literally the same scenario. It was early Sunday. I had a lot of stuff to do on Sunday morning. I get in the shower. I take a shower. I get out of the shower. I'm like, getting myself ready, whatever. I walk into my bathroom and I look up, hundreds
of babies.
Of baby spiders. Hundreds. So I send a picture to my mom and dad. My mom is in Idaho. My dad is home.
Right.
10 minutes away. So I send a picture to my mom and dad. I said, oh my God.
All caps.
There are hundreds of spiders. What do I do? And I just need to pull up dad's responses because they were so whack and just so crazy. He was just like...
I think it's because he didn't want to touch them either.
I don't think so either. So all caps, I sent a picture of all the baby spiders literally infiltrating out of my vent. Like it was obvious that there's...
Oh yeah, and you blow it up and it's clearly...
Spiders.
Clearly
all
creatures.
caps, what is this? My mom said, that's a reason to GTFO. And then my dad goes, it looks like a little bit of mold.
Mold with legs? Isn't that what I said?
And then my mom said, that isn't mold. That mold has legs. And then dad said, reach out to your landlord. Tell them you want it removed. I said, Dad, there are spiders. Can you please come over? And then he goes, it's nothing to worry about. It's more unsightly than anything else.
Because he still didn't believe.
He thought it was mold.
He still thought it was mold.
First of all,
it was crawling mold.
No, it was literally crawling. I said, okay, can you come get them, please? And then, Mom, you said, Ross, that's 100 baby spiders. And then I sent a video of them crawling, moving around, like going everywhere, whatever. I then called Dad. I'm like panicking. I'm like, can you please come over? Can you please come over? And he goes, no, well, when I called him, he goes, hello. And I'm like, I know he doesn't want to do this. I was like, can you please come over? Like, I'm freaking out. Like, I need you to do it. And he was like, sure.
Yeah.
So he...
Wait, but what was his hesitation? Because he was getting ready to have a bunch of guys over to watch the Eagles game.
Oh, well, when I called him, he was cooking bacon. He's like, I'm just about to start making bacon.
Oh my, did he tell you what he made with the bacon?
No.
Okay, we'll do that after this.
Wait, what did he make with the bacon?
He asked me for a brownie recipe.
Shut up.
So I gave him a brownie recipe, which he put together.
He put the bacon on.
He put the bacon on the top and he smoked it.
He smoked the brownies?
The brownies on the smoker. All I did was just give him a brownie recipe.
This is so funny because my dad also smoked chili that day.
Yeah. So everybody that came over got smoked chili and smoked brownies with a bacon crumble.
He's not okay. I went over a few days before too because he made pasta.
Yeah.
And he put smoked ribs in the
It wasn't.
sauce.
He told me it wasn't smoked. Did it taste smoky to you?
I don't know.
He said it was but he made meatballs. Tremendous.
I'm sorry, the smoked brownies with bacon actually takes the cake of the craziest thing. And he's done a lot of crazy shit.
He does a lot of crazy shit.
Someone reminded me the other day of the grape smoothie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
smoked brownies?
Wait, and not just normal brownies. He put the half the batter on the bottom. Then he squirted like a caramel sauce. Then he put the rest of the batter. And then he crumbled the bacon on top and he cooked it on the smoker.
What?
And apparently the whole bottom layer burnt. Surprise.
Were they good?
I don't know. He said Anne was there. She said, Anne, again, everything with Anne. Anne said they were good. But Anne, I need you to tell us if they were actually good or you were just being nice. Please. We need to know.
I can't believe he did that. He's so embarrassing.
Anyway, so he's making bacon.
So he was making bacon, very like annoyed that I asked him to come help me. And he came over. We ended up sealing off the vents. I got an exterminator out here yesterday and whatever. So
meanwhile, you vacuumed him up.
oh yeah, I had to vacuum them up. Like I really had to be brave. I had to sack up and just like do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so far so good. But yeah, exterminator's been here.
Yeah.
Sprayed in the vents.
Sprayed vents, baseboards.
You're going to have no critters.
I hope not.
No critters.
Because like this saga's got to end. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Like my spiders need to be paying me rent. Like they live here more than I do. Like
yeah, right.
I'm really scared of them.
Yeah, you haven't had the best luck with critters.
No. I had bed bugs once.
Well, your condo had bed bugs.
Yeah, what else are you thinking of?
No, I'm not saying you did.
No, I know, but what else?
No, that. And then
yeah, my condo had bed bugs, which was crazy, but also sad when you know the full story.
Yeah.
Essentially, like when I moved into my condo, there was an upper level and a lower level unit. I was the upper level unit. And when I moved in, it was like someone renovated it right before I moved in, and it was my first place that I ever moved out of. So it was all new furniture, all new stuff. I was moving into a place that had all new carpets.
Right.
Everything was new.
Yeah, redone, all new paint, everything.
Yeah,
was
everything
redone.
was new. I was bringing in a new mattress. Like everything that I brought in was new. And when I moved in, like very quickly after moving in, I was like getting bit in my sleep, and I realized it was bed bugs because I woke up and saw one on me, which is disgusting. Saw bed bugs. Then bed bugs, to get rid of bed bugs are so annoying because then I moved in just to then move everything out, fumigate my whole place, and then move everything back in. And it's really expensive to get rid of bed bugs. Then there's a lot of maintenance with it, whatever. It did get rid of the bed bugs, which was great. But I learned about 2 years later, because 2018 is when. Well, 2017 is when. So my neighbor below me ended up dying.
Luckily not in his
Not
unit.
in the unit. But he passed, and it's sad. He had no family, so like no one knew that he died for a while.
Yeah, like he had a medical emergency and an ambulance
Came
and
he
took
died
him.
at the hospital.
Died at the hospital, and he had no family.
Yeah.
So nobody
So no
knew.
one came to clean out his unit below me.
Right. So there was food. There was everything in the refrigerator.
Yeah. It was
garbage.
It was pretty
like,
nasty to live above.
Yeah.
But so that was in November of 2017.
Right.
A crew didn't come in until August of 2018.
Yeah.
So
despite you calling all the time.
All the time.
His alarm was going off for a month straight.
Yeah.
Like you could hear it through the floor.
Yeah.
Remember
but
that?
they couldn't do anything because it was condos individually owned. It wasn't like an apartment building where, there was like a master key.
Right.
And he had no family. So.
And you'd called the cops a couple of times to do a welfare check, and they would come and knock. No one answered. It's like, yeah, because he's not there.
Yeah. So anyway, to make a long story short, once they eventually did get in, all these guys were in there with hazmat suits, and I went down and I was like, what's it like in there? They're like, I've never seen anything like it. They said that you literally saw bed bugs jumping up off the ground, which is so rare, like doesn't happen. Yeah. It was filthy in there, they said. But I learned that the bed bugs came up through
the common walls.
Yeah, the walls or vents or however it went. So that's how they got into my unit. So when I moved in, they were there, but obviously with no one living in there, they were dormant until then they had a body to feed on.
Right.
And then they loved me. Yeah.
I do remember too, when you first moved in there, like the place was spotless and clean.
It had a smell.
But it had a very sweet, musty smell. And it wasn't until long after the whole bed bug thing happened when doing some of the research on it, it said, like a really bad infestation, you have this like a sticky, sweet, musty smell. And I'm like, oh my God, that was the bed bugs.
Yeah, that was definitely
everywhere.
the bed bugs. So since then, I've been very paranoid about bugs.
Critters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the spider thing's been a little triggering.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So hopefully they're out.
I'm glad you got it taken care of.
Me too. But I haven't been like using that toilet. I've been using this one just because it's right under the vent. So I just am a little freaked out.
Yeah. I get it. I do get it. It's a
Super
good thing
fun.
you have 2 bathrooms. Good.
When you think about companies with healthy sales like Aloe, Gymshark, maybe even Magic Spoon, or one of my favorites to think of is Skims, sure, you definitely think about the great products that they offer. You also think about maybe their attractive brands and marketing that all lifts a heavy load. But often an overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business making, selling, and for shoppers buying really simple. And for millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. And nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not so secret Shop Pay, which boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts are going abandoned and way more sales are going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, whether that be on the web, in your store, in your feed, or everywhere in between. Because businesses that sell with Shopify. When I was using Shopify for the Manifest Planner, I very quickly caught on to huge brands like Skims that use Shopify. And I know from personal experience that it's literally the best. When I went into e-commerce, I had no idea where to begin, and Shopify made it so simple, made my website look so professional. I would recommend it to anyone, whether you're selling e-downloads or physical products. If you are a solopreneur or you have a mega company, I would recommend Shopify to anyone. So upgrade your business at the same checkout as Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/manifest, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/manifest to upgrade your selling today. That's shopify.com/manifest. Any books?
Oh, yeah, books. That's what I was looking at. I forgot. Let me see. There was a book
Try
series.
holding the mic closer to your mouth.
Sorry. There was a book series by K.A. Tucker that I really liked, Wild at Heart. Well, it was the Wild series. There were 4 of them. And it takes place in Alaska. And I think I might have talked about the first book, but then I read all the rest. And I really liked that whole series. I thought it was very cute. A girl who moves from Toronto to Alaska. Obviously, huge change in her life. Marries a bush pilot. So he's out flying medicine around to the really remote parts of Alaska and stuff like that. Just a completely different life for this city girl. But it's cute how she plays it. I did enjoy that series.
I feel like that should be a trope category in books, moving to Alaska.
You think?
Yeah.
Why? Did you hear about it a lot?
Kinda.
Do you?
Well, The Great Alone.
Well, yeah, Great Alone. That's true. Here was one. Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That was fantastic. And then this one called Grave Talk by Nick Spalding. Weird little book, but really interesting. It's about 2 people that meet as they're visiting their loved ones' graves.
Oh.
And the relationship that they build over the years of coming there year after year on the same day, because it's this one's birthday and it's that one's anniversary or something like that. So they end up being there on the same day. One male, one female, different age ranges. It's not like they're going to fall in love or whatever, but it was very cute how they stay in each other's lives and through their deceased loved ones. It was cute. Yeah. So that was a good book too. No, that's about it.
Okay.
That's about it. But it was good.
I always link my mom's Goodreads below.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So if people want to follow you, they can, and you're good with updating it.
Oh yeah, I track it every day. I mean, I update every day. I don't always write
She's
reviews.
Active.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think people really care so much about reviews. They just want to see
stars, but
yeah, they want to see what you're reading, what you have read, and what you rated, what you read.
Okay.
I think that's really what people look for when they follow someone. I really just like knowing what people are reading.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right. So I called you this week about how do I put air in my tires?
Right.
How do I put air in my tires? After this episode, I actually do want to go to Wawa with you and put air in my tires because I have no idea how to do it.
How do you know they're low? Just because
my car is
it's telling
screaming at me.
Okay.
It's
if they're
at
really
20. Well, okay. So here's the thing.
You shouldn't be driving on them if they're too low.
Well, I don't know what too low is.
Okay, they should be around 36 or something.
Oh, yeah. No, they're not there. They start at like 27 in the morning, and now it's at like 31.
Yeah, as the colder weather comes in, they're always going to be lower in the morning. But you still want to keep it up over 30.
I have no idea how to put air in my tires.
Okay.
We could do that prank on Dad,
What?
where I call him and say,
the premium air?
yeah.
I don't know if he'd get it. We could try.
I would say, I just got charged $50 for putting premium air in my tire. Does that sound right? Because he was really annoyed that with the exterminator. He was like, it costs that much for 10 minutes? And I was like, well, like, it's a small place.
Yeah.
What else are they really going to do?
Oh, well, we can try and prank him if you want. But
Okay,
yeah,
we don't have to.
We'll go put air in your tires.
The real prank is eating a smoked brownie with bacon on it.
Oh, my God. And he fed it to his guests.
What did Uncle Doug think of that?
No.
I'm dying to know his POV.
I have no idea.
Anyway, so how do you put air in tires?
On your tire, there's a little stem that comes out. On each of your 4 tires, there's a little stem. That's where the air hose connects. You take the little cap off, you put the air hose on it, and you squeeze the handle like squeezing a gas pump handle, and it pumps air into your tire.
What if I deflate my tire by accident? Like, I don't put the hose
You'll
on.
hear it. If you don't put it on enough, you'll hear air coming out.
So what if I literally deflate my tire, though, and then it's on its rim?
No, you can't possibly. You won't be able to deflate a tire in like the 5 seconds it takes to get the hose correctly attached.
And how do I know when it's properly filled?
2 ways. Number 1, there's usually a reader on the air hose. You'll hear it cling, 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 like as it's adding a pound of pressure to it. Also, you should have in your car a pressure gauge, a tire pressure gauge.
And where do I put that?
After you put some air in it, you go with the pressure gauge on your tire, and little thing pumps out the bottom, and it shows you what your pressure is.
Now, all 4 tires need air. Do I have to like turn my car around?
No, the hose is long enough that you can fit
all of them.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you pull it up to the air hose properly.
I've never done it.
Okay. Yeah. And the other way, too, is you have a car that tells you when your pressure's low. So, I mean, you can probably just turn your car back on. It's going to tell you what the pressure is on each of your tires.
It's so annoying.
Is it really? You're 26. Is the first time you've ever had to do it? Is it really a problem?
Yeah, because normally I would just go and Matt would do it for me.
I see.
Like I'd say, can you get out and do it? And he would do it, and I would just sit.
It's not a big deal. It's really very
But now
easy.
I have to do it.
Yeah, because you're a big girl. You're an independent woman.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you want to talk about holidays? Oh, when are you putting up your tree?
Oh, God. No.
I'm actually thinking of putting mine up like today.
Oh, no. Grandma is coming. She'll be here for 2 weeks over Thanksgiving, and then she's going home on December 3rd. I don't think I can put the tree up till she goes home.
Wait, when is she coming?
The 19th, November 19th.
Dad made it sound like she was going to be there the whole month of December.
No. November 19th to December 3rd.
Oh my God, you should have seen him. The other day I went over to his house.
Here we go again.
I went over to the house and I said, when are you flying back from Idaho? And he said, the same day as Grandma. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, what day is that? He goes, I don't really know. Mm. And I was like, well, when are you going out there? He goes, I don't really know. So he's like, let me look it up. He could not get into his American Airlines account, like for the life of him. It actually took him 10 minutes and he can't multitask. So I just had to sit in silence for 10 minutes,
right,
watching him try to figure it out. And he didn't figure it out. He couldn't get in.
Okay. That's a little disturbing. I wasn't going to tell you this, but I think I have to now.
Okay.
You can cut that out if you don't want. But yesterday he picked me up at the airport. Frankie was in the car.
Yeah.
He brought my car.
Yeah.
And I was kind of at the end of the row where he can come pick me up. Like I was purposely out of the way of other cars so we'd have room to swing in and wait for me. I happened to be standing next to a security guard. Okay.
Okay.
So he I see him coming. He pulls up in front of me, and I pull my suitcase down on the curb, and I'm at the back, and I'm, waiting to open up the car. Now, with my car, you can hit the button inside, which will open the back, or just unlock the doors, and I can open it myself.
I see where this is going.
So I'm waiting. Nothing's happening. And I might have been waiting 10 seconds, but when...
No, it's like, come on.
Yeah. So I knock on the window and he starts talking, but he's inside the car and I can't hear him. So I go around the side and I try to open the door, but it's locked. Now Frankie's in the front seat, so I didn't want to open that door. I don't want him jumping out or whatever. So I'm like, can you unlock the door? And he's like, I'm trying.
It's like the time he was in my car reading my manual of how to put it in reverse.
So the guy, the security guard is there because, you're not allowed to park at the airport for any length of time.
Right.
So I go back to the back and I'm still just waiting like, honey, unlock the doors. And he's like, I'm trying. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing in there? So then finally the security guard's like, put the car in park. So Daddy's like, what? So he puts it in park, but he still didn't unlock anything.
Oh my God.
So it was probably 40 seconds.
Oh my God. He needs to retake his driver's test.
But that felt like forever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. So then he finally unlocks the doors and I get this open and I put my suitcase in and I close it and I go around to the front and he's holding Frankie so I can get in the car. So I get in and he's like, here, Frankie wants to say hi. I'm like, hey, Frankie, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, I'm like, we got to get out of here because we've already been here too long. No, he's in no rush.
He never is.
So then he puts Frankie in the back. He's like, so how you doing? I'm like,
get out of here.
Go. So then we start driving and I'm like, oh God, I'm all stressed out already. Like I just landed. Everything was fine. And now I'm super stressed again. Oh boy.
That reminds me of the time that I was at your house. It was when I was living there.
Okay.
And I just got my car and Dad was moving my car because he always wanted me to be like so far up in the rooster tail. So he was like sitting in my car and I didn't know that he was in my car trying to move it. And I look out the window because I was in the loft. I look out the window and I see Dad in my car, like reading a book. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like,
he was trying to put it in reverse.
Hang out. So I yell out the window, Dad. He doesn't hear me. So I call him and then I'm watching him in real time, like see that I'm calling him. And, he goes, oh, he gets so annoyed. And he's like, hello? Like, he just, whatever. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm trying to move your car up, but it won't move. And I was like, you put it in drive and you move up. And he goes, I am putting it in drive, but it won't move. So my car is a safety feature where if your seatbelt isn't buckled, it won't reverse or go forward. Oh. But it says that. So like if you're trying to move it not buckled, it says, please buckle to move whatever.
Right.
And he couldn't figure that out. And I guess he wasn't reading the big screen.
Right.
It actually says it in 2 places.
Right.
And he wasn't reading it. So he took out the user manual and was trying to find out how to drive my car.
Just to move your car a foot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. So anyway, so you're putting your tree up when Grandma leaves.
I think after Grandma leaves, yeah.
I think I'm going to put it up early.
Okay. Where are you going to put a tree?
Right
in
there.
That corner? Okay. Do you have a tree?
I don't know.
Or do you need to grab a tree from our house?
I have a tree. I just don't know where my tree is.
Some of your Christmas decorations are at our house, so maybe you brought a tree with the decorations.
One can only hope, and one would assume.
Yeah. So I do have stuff of yours in the garage that is Christmas oriented.
I'll look around.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to decorate otherwise for Christmas, but I definitely want to put up a tree
Okay.
ASAP. But anyway, so yeah, tree's going to go up soon, but Thanksgiving is, well, we actually have time. We have more time for Thanksgiving, but the time in between Thanksgiving and Christmas,
Shorter.
Short.
Mm-hmm.
Short.
Yes, it's one of the shorter shopping seasons, I heard.
It's always shopping season for us, I feel like.
Yeah, I've actually
Chronically
already
online.
bought 2 Christmas presents.
One for me.
No,
Oh.
sorry.
What'd you buy?
Both for Daddy.
What'd you buy?
Well, I'm not going to say it on here.
He's not listening. Otherwise, he would bring up the fact that we always talk about him.
Okay.
If you are listening, Dad, fast forward, but I know you're not.
Yeah. I bought 2 tickets to the Dallas
Oh, yeah.
Eagles game.
Yeah.
A couple days after Christmas. So we'll go to that. And then today I bought him a whiskey advent calendar.
Oh, my God.
24 little bottles
You should give that to
of
him
whiskey.
before Christmas.
I will.
Oh, okay.
I will. But I was like, I'm going to tell him this is a Christmas, because it wasn't cheap.
Mm.
So I'm going to say this is a little early Christmas present. Maybe he'll learn some new bourbons and stuff.
I know what you want for Christmas. You want that Kindle.
I would like a color Kindle. Yeah. I
What
don't know
else do you
why.
want?
Nothing wrong with my Kindle, but I want the color one.
Hey, you've earned it.
Yeah. Right.
You read a lot.
I don't know what's on my list yet. I haven't even thought about Christmas. I don't need anything. I say that every year,
We
but
say
I
that,
truly
but
don't need anything.
We always we shop a lot.
Yeah.
I would like some Skims pajamas.
Yeah. You said you were going to start making a list already. Did you?
I said that.
Yeah.
You sure that wasn't Maddie?
No, it was you.
Don't remember saying that.
I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, start thinking about it, because it is time to think about it.
It is time. But let's talk about Thanksgiving today.
Yeah.
Even though I just brought up Christmas.
Thanksgiving's one of my favorites.
I love Thanksgiving. Why
Yeah.
do you love it?
Well, I love it sets off the season.
Yeah.
It feels like the first cozy holiday.
It is so
You know what I
fun.
mean? Yeah, especially living where we live. Things are cold and you have a fire and the leaves are all down, and it feels like you're settling in for the winter.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving just kind of starts that off.
Smells good.
Yeah.
I love
The
you.
Thanksgiving meal.
Thanksgiving. Me
Like
too.
that's just such a good meal.
Some people don't love the food. We love the Thanksgiving food.
I do too. I really do.
So we tell them what we normally have for Thanksgiving. If they were to come over for the DeSimone Thanksgiving Spectacular, what food would they be eating?
Well, of course, turkey
Of course.
with gravy.
But how do we've made it different ways.
I prefer just a traditional roast turkey. I don't usually stuff the turkey with stuffing, because I think A, it takes a lot longer to cook, and B, we've had difficulty sometimes getting the bird to cook all the way through.
You want to bet Dad tries to smoke it this year?
I'm not letting him smoke.
You know
the
he's going to
turkey.
ask.
Okay, if he wants to smoke a separate
breast?
turkey breast or smoke a chicken for yourself, that's fine. But we're not doing
He's going to
that.
suggest it.
Of course he is, but the answer is no. Okay. Just putting that out there now.
We should get, well, this sounds so stupid, but an organic turkey. We should get one from a local farm.
Okay, that's something you need to order like way ahead of time, I think.
Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, that's fine. Would you look into that?
Sure.
Will you explore a turkey? We don't need a giant one, 14 pounds, 15 pounds.
For 3 people.
4 people. But you don't want to get one too little, or else it's not, you want a lot of breast meat, right?
I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't go any lower than 12 pounds.
Okay, I think we should get one from a local farm.
Okay, that's fine with
I'll
me.
look some up. Anyway, okay, so we have a turkey with gravy.
Yes, we'll do the turkey and homemade gravy. I don't know jarred gravy allowed. We make our own. And it's usually always mashed potatoes.
Remember when I made the potatoes?
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't know what you don't know.
That was so fun that year when we did it
At your house.
Yeah, and we just played. You and I were cooking. We had
Yeah.
the holiday playing. That was so fun.
Yeah, we went over the day before and we got all the side dishes made and put in the fridge to cook, warm up the next day.
Yeah, that was fun. Okay, sorry, I keep interrupting. So
yeah.
mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Although we've done cheesy, like
Oh, I love cheesy potatoes.
yeah, the cheesy potatoes sometimes, but that's usually more for
More
Christmas that we
and
do.
Christmas and Easter we do them, and every single time we do them, you complain about the same things.
Yeah, they
And
never. They're in there. It says cook for 45
but
minutes.
you never change the technique, and I've given you fantastic suggestions.
What was your latest suggestion?
Boil them first, because you always say that.
But then they get mushy.
I would imagine they would crisp back up in the oven.
No, I don't think they would. But we have to do something.
Okay, yeah. Every single year you complain about them.
Yeah.
And every year we keep putting them back on the menu
I
because
know.
they're so good. And you're like, I'm going to change
We're
it. I'm
going to
gonna
make
change
it work.
And
We're going to make it work.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Again.
Potatoes.
Yes, mashed potatoes. We always do some sort of sweet potato dish. We've done a variety of them, whether it's a mashed sweet potato or like a scalloped sweet potato and pears with marshmallows on top or whatever. But we always try and do something with sweet potatoes. Although we've also done the roasted sweet potato and Brussels sprout.
That's been as of recent.
Yeah.
That's been like since.
That with craisins and pecans.
Yeah.
And
That's been like a
good,
new addition to the menu.
which is good.
That is good.
And I remember when we were in Thanksgiving or when we were in Idaho last year for Thanksgiving, I made those and took them and nobody ate them. Because Simone was like, oh, I already had Brussels sprouts. I'm like, I told you I was bringing Brussels sprouts. Why are you making Brussels sprouts? Anyway.
Last year's Thanksgiving menu was, we weren't allowed to really experiment much.
No. And well, Grandma's coming this year. She's going to have her standards.
It's fine. But I am going to add one thing to the menu that
You want mac and cheese?
I want mac and cheese.
Okay. Well, then. Okay.
What did we have? I can't remember what holiday it was, but there was one dish that all of us were like, this is amazing and we need to have it every year. I feel like it was maybe Easter this year.
Did I make, for Easter, was it the pineapple thing or a corn thing?
Yeah, it was the pineapple.
I have like a pineapple souffle.
This year's Easter was really good.
It was good.
The pineapple was really good. The whole thing was really good, but I don't think it was the pineapple. I think it was something else. Like, was it a candied yam thing or?
No, for Easter, I think we did the ham. We did something green, like green beans or asparagus.
Maybe it was
something.
the pineapple.
And I think I made like this pineapple casserole.
That was, which
was
insane.
Really, really good. If I
Obviously,
remember,
that's not Thanksgiving.
No,
food,
it's great with ham. Like if we're gonna do ham for Christmas,
yeah, do that.
we could do that.
Okay, sorry. Back to Thanksgiving.
We'll share the recipe.
I keep getting everyone like, I'm being really annoying.
So Thanksgiving, turkey gravy,
mashed
potatoes, something with sweet potatoes, something green like green beans or something like that.
I love a green bean casserole.
Yeah, green beans are probably my favorite green vegetable. But anyway, we always do some sort of corn dish. When I was growing up, it was always corn pudding, which is like a corn souffle, and we could do that. I have corn that I shucked off the cob this year and froze so that I could make that.
Well, Grandma likes that dried.
She likes the Amish dried corn. I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not either, but it's still good. Like I still eat it.
Yeah.
We also did creamed corn.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Matt liked his cream. He wanted cream corn. We added that for him.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And like crescent rolls or some sort of bread. Although I've seen a couple TikToks of some other buns that I was like, oh, I think I like a homemade yeast bun or whatever.
Something like that. That would be really good.
Yeah, I'd love to try something new with that, with like a honey butter or something.
And then you guys always have beets, right?
No, cranberry.
What is it? Cranberry.
Cranberry.
I never eat that.
I like it with the turkey, but it always makes so much, and I don't need a whole lot of it.
Yeah,
you know.
We did that.
And then for dessert, we always do. You like pumpkin pie?
I love pies. Period.
Yeah. Well,
pumpkin pie is really good. Grandma makes a great pecan pie.
Yes, I'm definitely going to have her make a pecan pie for us, or maybe even two of them.
Yeah. The problem with dessert is I'm so full by the time dessert comes around, but like our desserts are so good.
Yeah, her pecan pie is spectacular. So I'm definitely going to have her make that. But we can eat at 3:00 or something, and then have dessert at
that's
7:00.
The best is eating at 3.
Yeah,
and then having another plate at 9.
Yeah,
like that's the best.
Yeah, or just have dessert later when you're, done.
Yeah, I mean we should do dessert maybe at 5.
Remember that one year we did it at your house? We made that pumpkin
trifles.
Gingerbread trifle with the homemade whipped cream.
We were so full we didn't have any that night.
No, yeah.
And then a few days later, I ate them. I'm like, these are like we really missed out. These are spectacular.
Yeah,
those were good.
It's crumbled gingerbread and homemade whipped cream and pumpkin.
God, I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, those were good. Like I liked that better than just a straight pumpkin pie in my opinion.
I like it all.
But yeah, we'll do a pumpkin pie. We'll do
Molasses sugar cookies.
oh my
We
gosh,
always love
an apple pie, a pumpkin pie, or a pecan pie.
Oh, apple crisp is one
Yeah.
of my favorites. We
Yeah.
don't really do that though, because we really do like have the cookies and the pies. And
Right.
normally, Grandpa would always want ice cream, so ice
Right.
cream's kind of been around.
Yep.
Vanilla ice cream is so good.
But I know, I'm prepared for it already. Is that since it's just the four of us this year, that you, me,
Yeah,
Daddy,
she's
and
not going to
Grandma.
want to make all this.
Yeah, she's gonna say, "Oh, you want an apple pie and a pecan?"
Yes, it's Thanksgiving.
Yes,
we do
want
this
them both.
once a year.
Right.
I want it all.
Yeah.
And normally for appetizers, you normally make a gorgeous charcuterie board.
Yeah, I'll do a charcuterie tray, or I mean, Grandma's used to having shrimp and cocktail sauce.
Yeah,
as
you
her
guys like that.
appetizer. She likes that. You're not a shrimpy girl.
No, ma'am.
So yeah, I'll do the charcuterie and some shrimp. So yeah, we got a lot of food to eat on Thanksgiving.
I'm so with you. I just love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's my favorite meal.
It's so fun. Yeah, the food is so good.
Yeah.
And we were saying like, why don't we ever just have the meal randomly?
Yeah, I do remember when I was in college and I spent my junior year in Italy, and I came home in May. So I had missed I didn't come home at all for any of the holidays. I was just over in Europe for 10 months. And when I came home in May, the first thing I said to my parents is like, "Can we have Thanksgiving dinner, please? Like, I didn't get it this year. If you please, can we do that?" And they're like, "Yes, that's your homecoming meal." So they made me Thanksgiving in May.
It's the best.
It is the best.
It really is so good. So normally on Thanksgiving, our timeline, well, first of all, we're not a turkey trot family.
No, we're not.
Last year I tried to make us a turkey trot family.
Yeah,
Do you remember in Idaho? I
Yeah.
was like, come on guys, like
Yeah.
we should all go.
Yeah. Well,
No one
Daddy
went.
was his
Yeah, there's
symptoms
always
were
a million
flaring up.
excuses. He didn't want to do it because of his arthritis, and Drake didn't want to do it because
Yeah.
I don't know. Drake.
Do you want to be a turkey trot family?
I would like us to like be. Well, normally I went to the studios on
Right.
Thanksgiving, but last year because I was in Idaho,
Didn't.
I
Right.
didn't do anything the morning of Thanksgiving. And it's not that like I have to work out so I can eat later. That's not why.
Right.
It's just become a habit that I
Right.
do. It's fun to do a workout with your friends on Thanksgiving and then spend the rest of the day with your family. Like it's a fun social activity.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I
So
grew
I've
up,
always craved that.
we always went for a hike. Like we always
Yeah.
went for a family hike somewhere before.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I remember like going to Grandma and Grandpa's, and Grandpa would be like, "Now it's time for our walk," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
See, but you're the one trying to get us to do it.
Okay.
We can still do it.
As a fashionista, the sneakers would ruin my look. And like when we went to Grandma and Grandpa's
Bring a
for
whole change of
Thanksgiving,
clothes.
no. Now it's not a problem because I don't mind it now. When I was 7, 8, 9, and I had my adorable Thanksgiving dress with my stockings.
You didn't want to change.
I didn't want to change it. I was allowed to wear high heels that day. Like I wanted to wear my little heels. And I had to always wear sneakers because we had to go for a walk.
Oh, the trauma. I had no idea it was so difficult for you.
Well, now that you guys normally host, it's just easier. And we also used to do multiple Thanksgivings. Now we really
Yes.
just do one.
Yes. I would love to go for a walk if we want to walk this year before, while the turkey's in the
Samesies.
oven. I'm in.
Same.
Now, if we bring Frankie along, we can't go too far.
Yeah, no, he's always the caveat,
He's
the scapegoat.
yeah.
Frankie's tired, we say.
Yeah, I mean, he can go for 2 or 3 miles. That's fine.
Speaking of which, he can't do 3 miles.
He could.
No, he
He'll
can't.
sleep like a fiend, but he could.
His little legs can barely do 1.
He's gone 2 before.
He can't do 3.
Okay, maybe not.
He's so little. He's a baby.
He's not. He's full grown. He's a big boy.
I did the 5-mile loop the other day. It's like a lot.
It is a lot. How long did it take you?
An hour and a half.
Yeah, I think Sue and I did it in like 85 minutes or something. I'm like, this was
85, that's fast.
it was a fast
Yeah, it
pace.
took me 90 minutes, like
Yeah.
on the dot.
Because it's so hilly.
Yeah,
and
it's
some of those
hilly.
hills are crazy.
And also having to pass walkers is so awkward
It is.
because you just have to like
Speed walk.
really
right?
speed walk.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to do that trail again, though. If you ever want to do it, let me know.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
in.
pretty when I did it. Yeah, we can do it whenever. That'd be too much for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But
Yeah, Grandma's not going to want to go far.
Yeah, no, we'll
Like
stay
if we do
close.
the loop
We'll do the loop
in the neighborhood, or we could drive to a trail somewhere if we want it.
No, we'll just do the loop. That's just easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally, so we would do hike, but you would do it like really growing up.
Yeah, well, I grew up right across from Valley Forge Park, so we would sometimes do the loop. We would sometimes just go climb the trails in the mountains or whatever. So we would always just walk over into the park, bring a football, throw the football around, just.
Would you ride?
No, not on Thanksgiving Day. Because I had to be with my family, so I wouldn't take the horse because I would go the other way.
Leave them in the dust.
That's right. So yeah, it was just, I had boy cousins. I was the only girl all the time, so they would play football and I would walk with my mom, or I was always the odd one out. Poor me.
Poor Karen. And you were named Karen.
Yeah, that wasn't a problem till like 10 years ago. Now it's a problem.
Okay, yeah, so we'll go for a walk. So we'll do that. Thanksgiving Eve.
No plans, but you have plans.
I have plans. So
that's like a Friendsgiving thing for you, right?
Yes. So my best friend Katie, her parents are divorced.
Mm-hmm.
So on Thanksgiving Eve, her mom has all the kids over, and it's every year it gets bigger and more fun because their family's growing.
Right.
So like, some of Katie's siblings are married, some have babies now. So like it's just getting bigger and bigger every year. And Katie doesn't have a boyfriend, so I think that's why I'm invited
You're
every
the plus
year.
one.
And I'm really hoping that even when Katie does have a boyfriend, I will still be invited.
Right.
And her little sister Lauren also brings her best friend. So it's just like a lot of fun.
Right.
We just always have such a good time.
Do you play games and stuff?
Yeah, we play games. So we always play RCL.
Okay.
So and last year I won.
Oh,
and that was awesome. And then there's
dollars
always an
or quarters?
activity.
Dollars?
Yeah. And there's always an activity. So last year we did a murder mystery.
Okay.
And that was really fun. So Katie and I were the murderers.
Uh-huh.
And we were really good at disguising that we were the murderers. And everyone that was there they started to be like, guys, I don't think anyone is the murderer. Like, does anyone even know if they're the murderer? And me and Katie obviously were the murderers and didn't want to tell anyone. So we were like, I'm sure the murderers know, like, they're the murderers.
Right.
We just need to keep figuring it out.
Right.
And then it came to a point where at the table they were like, this one was actually really funny because it was like a script that you read. So we were all sitting around the table reading a script. And Lauren, who's Katie's sister, was like sleeping with Kelsey, which is Katie's other sister, Kelsey's boyfriend, like in the script. It was just so funny. Like it was a really, really, really funny
Is
game.
that the same one that you guys were doing at the beach? Did you
No.
bring that one to the beach? Oh, that was a different
That
one.
was a different, there's so many different kind of murder mysteries.
Yeah, someone brought one, and I remember you guys playing it around the table in the family
Yeah,
room.
murder mysteries really are fun.
Yeah.
So that was last year's activity. The year before, it was like a TikTok challenge. We were just like doing a bunch of TikToks. That was really fun. And then this year we're making friendship bracelets and playing RCL. And then we eat. And then
what's the menu? Is it Thanksgiving or is
no,
it
it's not
like
Thanksgiving.
pizza and stuff?
No, it's not pizza. She normally makes pulled pork sandwiches, and they're really good. A salad, always mac and cheese. The desserts are always really good. Just like it's not Thanksgiving food, but it's just like a good meal. And then normally the group divides of who's going out and who's not. So I normally don't go out. This year I'm unsure if I will, but if we do, we'll probably go to like Conchi or something, like not like anywhere close. So unsure if we're doing that this year, but it's always been like a fun like pre-game there, and then if you go out after, you go out.
Right.
I've only gone out once in like true Thanksgiving Eve style.
Because that's like a huge night to go out.
Yeah, it's a really big night
crowded.
to go out.
Yeah.
It's crowded, and I'm just like too old for like the bar is like right here. It's all 21-year-olds. Like it's just way too young.
It's the people who are newly allowed to go out.
Yeah.
And they want to see everybody from high school.
Yeah.
And because if people are in college and they come back, that's the first time you get to connect with your high school friends, like out at the bars and whatever.
Me, Kate, and Lauren would want to go out to see our shore friends.
Right.
And they all go out in Conchi.
Oh,
So
well,
we
there
would
you
go to
go.
Conchi
That makes
to see
sense.
our shore friends. But that's the only reason that we would go out,
That's fun.
is to see them. So that would be fun, but I don't know if we're going to do it or not.
Okay. Are you going to bring anything? Do you have to bring something to the
Oh, yeah. I
dinner?
just have to bring $3.
Oh. You don't need an appetizer or anything. Okay, cool.
No.
Hey, you were hosting a little
Oh, yeah.
thing.
I had some girls over, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we did. I went to this local Italian bakery and I got pizza kits, and it rocks from there because it's like their pizza dough, their sauce, their cheese. So it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So we make your own pizzas, and then the girls each brought something. One brought buff chick dip, another brought a cheese board, and another brought sourdough brown butter cookies.
Oh,
Everything
you
was
told me
so
about that.
good. Yeah, I ate all them. Sorry.
That's okay.
They were so good. These brown butter cookies, like seriously insane. And then I made like this apple cider mocktail. It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
Nice.
But anyway, I love Thanksgiving. I'm so with you.
Yeah, I love all the fall stuff, you know? And then I'm always kind of bummed when Thanksgiving is over, because then it's just Christmas is shoved right on your face so fast.
I love Christmas though.
I know you do, but Christmas for me is more of a chore. I look at it as a chore because I'm the only one that does everything in the house.
I remember last year it was like December 20th and the tree still wasn't up, and Maddie was coming like the next day.
No, the tree was up. We just hadn't
No
decorated it.
decorating.
Right.
Yeah.
The tree had been up for like 2 weeks, but we just never decorated it.
Yeah.
There's when the kids aren't home, there's something, and Daddy doesn't really want to help. I'll be like, should we decorate the tree tonight? He's like, yeah, if you want. So I'm like, okay, so that means I have to do it. So I don't feel like doing it by myself.
No, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll help you this year. Okay. Decorating isn't fun, but having the house decorated is fun.
Yeah.
Taking down Christmas is really a pain. Like that's really the worst.
Luckily, I'm motivated to get rid of Christmas when I'm done by, January 4th. I'm like out of here. So I'll keep it up through New Year's and then done.
Yeah. I love having a tree up. Like I just like the lighting that it gives. I love the ambiance of it.
Why don't you just put some string lights on your little olive tree?
That'd be like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. It'd be so sad.
But my point is you could have that up all year long and have your little lights.
I know. I always think about that, but
sort of festive
there's
feel.
also something so special about having it up. That's why I want to like put it up soon so I can enjoy it for longer.
Yeah. I get it.
Because you only get to do it once. And we're really lucky. We always have such great holidays. Like, I know holidays are really hard for some families, and we're really lucky that they're not hard for us.
Yeah, that's very true. Well said.
Thanks. Speaking of hard for us, Maddie's not coming home for either.
No, we won't see her at all. That's why I was very glad to be there for this past week, to see her at least, because I won't see her Thanksgiving. I won't see her Christmas. So until next spring, maybe. I keep trying to
spring. Well, she won't come here. We're gonna have to go there.
No, we'll have to take a warm trip.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah, I do. Yeah, we want to go to a saint.
Yeah, go to an island or something.
Yeah, and I definitely want to do that.
But the thing is, she's just not a summer girl. She doesn't like a beach vacation. It's not her comfort zone. So I get that. But in March, it's kind of nice to go somewhere warm.
Well, we're also not a skiing family, so it's not like we would go to Utah where she could be with Drake and then we could like go skiing. We're never that family.
We could be, but I'll break a hip or something.
I'm terrified. Like that ship has sailed.
Okay.
If I was going to learn skiing,
should have done that.
I would have done
little.
it. Yeah, when you're 3 and fearless.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I was never a skier either growing up.
Neither was Dad.
No.
So, are you going to do any Black Friday shopping? Any deals?
I don't think so. I'm so not a shopper.
Well, you're a Cyber Mondayer.
I'll do that. Yeah, I hate crowds. I really hate crowds. And driving to the mall, and there's like the line of traffic to get to the mall. Whatever. I don't have it in me. So I just don't.
We used to do it
when they opened the new outlet mall near us.
Yeah,
that was thrilling.
Yeah, that was really fun. Like I remember. Now thinking about it, it's so funny. We went to bed to wake up at 10 p.m.
Well, yeah, Right, because they didn't open until midnight.
Right, until
on Black
midnight.
Friday. They would never be open on Thanksgiving Day.
Right. Now the stores just don't close.
Yeah, they don't close.
They don't close,
And
yeah. I feel bad for the workers.
Me too. Shut down on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And, also, midnight, do we really need to do it at midnight?
Well, some people really like it was fun. Like it really was fun. But this was also at the height of people like fighting over TVs. Like that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
But it was fun. Like the first year, well, we didn't even make it there the first year because
we left
the traffic,
too late.
Yeah, we left too late. The traffic was crazy.
We couldn't even get there.
To go 5 minutes down the road. Like it was really, we couldn't even get there. And then the year after that,
we planned ahead.
And that was really fun. And I don't even know if I bought anything, probably just at Bath and Body Works, but it was just so fun.
No, I think that was the year you wanted Uggs. You were like, you were what,
oh,
8
yeah,
or 9.
That,
You're like, I need a pair of Uggs. You went to the Ugg store.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, let's get these or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to buy them with you right here. So I was like, okay, those are the ones you want. All right, I'll come back another day. And you were like, what? I don't get them now. No, sorry, babe. It's Christmas.
It was fun, just like shopping around and stuff. And then, the older I got, like it was less cool to stay up late and shop. So I was like, I'll just do it the next day.
Right.
But then I started YouTube, and Black Friday hauls were a really big thing on YouTube. So then I would really just go shop for the haul. But I would wake up at like, 8, 9.
Right.
Go shopping, come home, film the video, upload it.
Right. But then it was
Black Friday.
It wasn't gifts. It was
stuff
for you. It was clothes and makeup.
Yeah, it was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
take advantage of the deals. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. But that was still fun. And now I just Cyber Monday and stuff like that.
Same. Yeah, I just can't do the in-person stuff. I have no patience.
Well, now I'm also just like freaked out about like big crowds and big attention like that. Like I just would rather not be in malls.
I get it.
But I do love shopping the day after Christmas, which is so weird.
Oh yeah, I do too.
It's so much fun.
And I do have to say too, there were times when I did not budget my time very well, and Christmas Eve would come around and I'd be like, oh crap, I still need some presents. This was when I was younger. I wasn't married and had kids yet, but I would go early Christmas Eve morning and go shopping, and you could blow through them all.
Oh, really?
On Christmas Eve.
If you go now on Christmas Eve, it's packed.
Even early in the morning?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was my trick, and I was able to knock everything out in, a couple hours, and I was like, perfect. Go home, wrap everything, boop, done.
That's fine.
But it's also when, I was buying 1 or 2 presents for my mom, 1 or 2 for my dad, 1 for my brother. It wasn't like I had a whole list of people to shop for,
Yeah, that is fun.
Still, Christmas Eve was my secret then.
Interesting.
And I do remember day after Christmas when, the jeans I wanted that I got for Christmas, they didn't fit. So you have to go back the next day and exchange them. And it's like waiting in these lines.
Shopping the day after Christmas is so strange because I always remember on Christmas Day being like, there's no way I'm going to shop tomorrow. And then the day after Christmas, like you wake up, there's nothing to do. And it's like,
eat.
Well, yeah, you can eat and you can chill or you can shop. And I'm like, well, I'll go shop.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I don't know why. It seems like probably the worst day to go shopping, but it's like the best.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. So, I'm so excited for Thanksgiving.
I know. You love your holidays.
I do. There's not really any Thanksgiving movies that are like Thanksgiving.
No.
Other than a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yeah. All the Charlie Brown stuff. Of course. Those are classics.
Well, a movie that I have put in the holiday bucket is Saltburn.
What?
I know. It's so strange. I think it's because it came out around that time and I watched it during, like in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mm-hmm. And also part of it, like he goes home with him for Thanksgiving.
Over break. Yeah.
Or Christmas, one of the two. So now it's kind of just like this weird movie in my holiday movie rotation.
Ugh.
Have you seen it?
No. And I have no interest in seeing it. I read the reviews of it and I was like, I don't want to see it.
It's weird.
Yeah. I read enough crazy stuff. I don't need to see
way
that.
better than your books. Like, meaning it's way more PG than your books.
Yeah, but seeing it versus imagining it.
Yeah, no, it's a strange movie, that's for sure.
Yeah. No,
it's
thanks.
really disturbing. Really disturbing. Anyway.
On that note,
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so.
The sun is setting. We've been talking for so long.
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, out in Idaho, the sun doesn't set until like 7:30.
Lucky.
I know, because they're so far north.
Well, daylight savings was when this video goes up yesterday.
Yeah, it's happening.
Darn.
That'll be good for us.
No.
Well, in the mornings, it's so awful.
For what? A week. And then it goes back to like being dark.
Yeah, okay. True.
It's depresso.
Sorry.
Think about me every night. Oh, that's that me depresso. Well, Mom.
All right, Tor, we did good.
Yeah, we did good. Next month we'll be talking about Christmas.
Of course.
And then the month after that we'll be talking about New Year's.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully plans for 2025.
I can't believe it's 2025.
I know. That's cuckoo.
This year flew.
It really did.
By.
It really did. They go faster every year.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
I just want time to slow down.
Yeah.
I love being alive.
You've got a long way to go, kid.
Thank goodness. I hope so. All right. Well, love you guys.
Yeah, this was fun.
This was fun. I will see you next week. She will see you next month.
That's right. Have a good month.
Bye, guys.
Bye.